Hello, my name is Evan Sinisak. I'm recording this short demo for my Info 6017 AI Project 4. I'm just going to go over the code real quick and then show off the program actually running. The point of this project was to create vehicles with 5 sensors, one placed directly in front of the vehicle, 2 placed 30 degrees left and right of the forward sensor, and 2 placed 60 degrees left and right of the forward sensor. These sensors then detect obstacles in the world as well as other vehicles to steer the vehicle in either left or right to avoid colliding with everything. So the sensor itself is pretty basic. I decided to use fuzzy logic during check obstacles. So it runs through the list of all the obstacles, figuring out which obstacle is the most dangerous, if it is even close enough, and then running through the position of all of the vehicles. Again, if it's actually close enough to the sensor, and then calculating the fuzzy distance and angle to decide, is this the object that we should be steering away from, which it works. I just realized that I don't actually have to do this, but this works. It knows when it detects something. Earlier, I was actually using whichever obstacle the sensor detected to determine how to turn away from it. Before rereading the project requirements and realizing that just need to know if the sensor is detecting something or not. So basically, if the best fuzzy value is not 1, that means it detected something and it just returns that. So these calculate fuzzies are extra, not needed. Then on my vehicle, I create the 5 sensors, giving them different weights to be used during the fuzzy logic, and giving them different colors just for fun. So each frame update is called. First thing it does is call check sensors. And then depending on which sensor the fuzzy logic decides needs to be used, we calculate the right vector of the vehicle and either push the vehicle left or right. And then we are continually moving forward. This calculate angle just figures out which orientation the vehicle is actually facing and rotates the mesh to represent that. And then we also pass in where the sensors are positioned themselves, determined by how many degrees left or right or forward that we want it to be. So check sensors just runs through the 5 sensors, calling that check obstacles. And then after sensors each sensor has basically run that. I run choose obstacle, which is my fuzzy logic. Where sensor to use is set to -1. We go through the 5 sensors. If any of the sensors have detected something, then we calculate the fuzzy steer and speed using the sensor's weight. Basically for both, to decide which sensor we should use. So because the forward sensor is the strongest, it'll be given priority. Left and right 30 degrees are next, and then left and right 60 degrees. Actually, I'm going to make a slight change because I'm interested in what will happen. And then we return whichever sensor we want to use. I am going to make a slight change here. Right, that's the difference. Huh. Change that, and I want to change this -2. Curious what that'll actually change. So I'm using the same bitmap loader from the last project. Anywhere that's green gets added to my spawn point vector. Then I just run through the spawn point vector and create the entities. There's going to be 10 of them because of the resource map we're using. Then, as I mentioned before, I call update on each of them. Every frame right here. Just call update, passing in delta time, and then draw each of them as well as their 5 sensors. I'm still using my graphics code from before, so when you resize the window, press P to update the FBO resolution. I think I might have accidentally left some other controls that I should probably remove. So the slight change I made was to make, I changed the wrong ones, but we'll see if it, I just want to see what those changes do. Because I was having slight issues where I try to prioritize the obstacles in the world over other vehicles in the fuzzy logic of the sensors, but since that is changed and it's just determining whether or not a sensor is detecting something, I'm hoping that that slight change that I made to the sensor weights is going to correct some of the issues I've been noticing. Actually seems to have. It decides which sensor to use much better now. There is a slight issue where sometimes if a vehicle is too close to another vehicle and the wall, it'll end up turning partially through the wall. But it doesn't happen that often, and there is a very rare but non-zero chance that when they get all bunched up and crowded together, that they end up there's a non-zero chance that two vehicles will end up on top of each other. But I haven't seen that happen yet, so perhaps it won't anymore after that slight change. I was also noticing another issue where when the vehicles are between a wall and another vehicle, they kind of jitter back and forth. That doesn't seem to happen as much unless, yeah, here on the left, the yellow tank was between the other tank and the wall, so it would turn left, get away from the tank, but now it's in the wall, turn back to the right. Now it's detecting the tank but not the wall. I was having an issue before where it would basically jitter back and forth really fast, like it was switching which sensor to use each frame. But now that I changed the weight, if both are detecting, then it should take the sensor with the highest weight, absolute value of weight. Anyways, that's about it. 10 vehicles, 5 sensors. Again, non-zero chance that this happens, but very low chance. Non-zero chance that the vehicles collide with obstacles, but again, very, very low. I'm using fuzzy logic to calculate speed and steering, and vehicles just continuously move and turn when needed. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.